Hi, it's Rope here, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to install the ring pop onto your avatar. And I have two methods to do so. First method involves using Modular Avatar. You're going to go to their page, go to their GitHub, and you're going to download their Unity package. Then you will import that into your project. And you will also import the ringpop 2.0 package, of course. Once both of those are imported into your project, you will open up the ringpop folder, and then there's a folder inside of that called Modular Avatar. Open that and find whichever ringpop you want. I'm going to use ringpop Poyome. Drag and drop that onto your avatar base, your root, and if you do that correctly, it will go underneath any of your meshes and your armature. You will then right-click on it and unpack the prefab, and you will drag the ringpop onto your armature. Then from there, you will find whichever bone you want it to be on. I'm putting it on my pinky finger on the left hand, so little proximento L. And then, with ring pop selected, go to the three dots on transform, click on that, and you should see reset position. This just kind of helps position it, um, and then you can position it however you want onto your finger, however it looks nice. And also, if you happen to have a bigger finger or a smaller finger, or you want to change anything about it, let me pull it off of my hand so you can see better. I have blend shapes installed so you can widen anything. You can widen the arms, you can shrink the arms, you can make the disc bigger or smaller. You can adjust it however you want it to be. But I'm just going to leave it as base. And actually, because I already have the ring pop on, it's atlased with some other materials. I only want the collider. So I'm going to delete ring pop Poyome. You wouldn't do this because I don't assume that you would have the avatar, like the ring pop already on your mesh. So you would leave that there and position it. I just want to position this collider over my ring pop. So I'll just kind of use these to position it about where it should be, like that. I think that's good. And then, once you have that on, Modular Avatar will do the rest. It's very straightforward. So you would just need to upload it, and you should be good. So, of course, go to your SDK, upload. I assume you know how to do that part. Hey, so I'm going to be showing you the second method for installing the ring pop onto your avatar. Now this method requires an avatar manager. I like to use and have tested Avatar 3.0 Manager by VR Labs. I'll link to it in the description. And once you have it successfully installed, you'll see this VR Labs window up here and the drop down like that. So to get started, click on ringpop 2.0, and then in the root folder, you will see a bunch of prefabs here. Click whichever one you want, and then drag it onto your avatar root. You should put it right under body or any of your meshes. Then unpack the prefab, click the dropdown, and then click and drag particle and sound onto your avatar root, like that. And then click and drag ring pop onto your armature. Then you will drag the ring pop onto whichever bone you want it to be on. So I'm putting it on my left little finger. So I'll put it on little proximento L. From there, I will reset the position, which will kind of put it really close to where it should be, but not exactly. I actually already have a ring pop on my finger there, so I'm not going to position it right, but you would just use these, rotate it around to get it in the right spot, and again, use the blend shapes if you need to adjust it to your finger. On to the next step, though. Ring pop, Wyoming, delete this. Delete that, get rid of it, you don't need it. And then go to VR Labs, Avatar 3.0 Manager. And again, if you don't see this, you need to install Avatar 3.0 Manager. Link to it in the description. I'll click on it. Here, let me reset this. It'll look like this to you. Click on your avatar that you're trying to install it onto in your hierarchy and drag it into here and it needs to have a avatar descriptor already on it for this to work. Then you'll hit this drop down here, and I already have a controller for my FX, but if you don't, it should merge with the default one. Hit add animator to merge, go to ringpopbink, and you'll see this ringpopbink animator controller. Drag that in here, and then hit merge on current. That will merge the two animators, and then from there, you're good. And I guess I'll show you how to edit it in both instances now. Pretty much, you'll just go to particle and sound, hit the drop down under sound. You just drop your sound in here. I'm going to lock this, and then I'll just show you an example. I wanted this GVA startup sound to be in there. You just drag it in, and it should work. I'd recommend cutting your audio to be like so it has no empty space in it. So sometimes, like if you just download a YouTube video, it'll play and it'll have some empty space at the start, and then the sound effect will start. I use Audacity to like perfectly cut it, so the second the audio starts, the file starts. And then same with the ending. You can kind of see it down there. And then to mess with the particles, this will require a bit more Unity knowledge. You can change any of these settings, but what I would recommend doing is, it's already set up pretty nicely. Go to ringpopbink, and the sparkle textures, they're in here. There's a Photoshop file with everything separated, and I also have a rainbow version and a basic just white version. You can then open them in Photoshop, change the colors, add little effects. It's just a sprite sheet, so you would need to, you know, set it up how you would set up a sprite sheet. I'm not going to show how to do that. But once that's done, you would make a new material. And if you are making a new material, and you're using the sprite sheet style, you want to use these settings. That'll make it look the best. And then once you have that, you would drag your material into renderer, material right here. So I'm going to change mine to rainbow because I like the rainbow. Another quick troubleshooting section. I've noticed an issue with some people's ring pops, and I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but if you end up with, in your parameters, your menu parameters specifically, not your animator parameters, if you end up with anything ring pop in here, delete it, because it causes a strange syncing issue. I'm not entirely sure why it happens or how it ends up here, but I've seen a couple people have it there, and so I just want to mention that if you're having an issue where when you blink, you see it, but other people do not, check this. And if it says anything ring pop in your avatar parameters, delete that, re-upload, and then try again. And I guess another quick little useful thing would be when you're trying to troubleshoot it, it's useful to be able to set off your own ring pop, I find. So what I would do is then go to your ring pop, hit add, and then you'll see another custom pop up here, and then choose your finger, finger index, and then you'll hit self colliding, so allow self. So if that's on and that's on, you then should be able to collide with your index fingers and the ring pop, and it'll set off the effect. So then you could test it easier. Thanks for installing the ring pop, and I hope you have fun messing around with the sounds and the particles and different effects and making it really your own. If you have any issues that you can't figure out, post a comment and I'll try and help you out.